Hi there, Diecast fans. What we have here is another old diecast that I own, that I bought back in 2008. It's an Audi A4 in 1/24 scale by Welly. Wow, you could really tell this is already dusty since this has been in my display cabinet for, I don't know, gonna be more than 15, going 20 years or something. I never took it off the box since there's no way I could store this on a glass cabinet since there's so many of them. By the way, look up the box right here. I think this is the 2004-ish design box of Welly. Back then, I don't know if they are still making this Audi A4 diecast model. Anyway, let's unbox the already unboxed diecast models. As you can see here, I'm glad that this box is still in one piece because, you know, some collectors do want the box still in mint condition. Well, well, the diecast is full of dust and everything. Even though they're still stored inside, there's gonna be an accumulation of dust and everything. So let me just grab my cleaning cloth and get this thing on a spit shine for a while. And voila, a very clean diecast. You can see there a lustrous blue color. So the Audi A4, the flagship compact sedan for Audis to compete with the likes of Mercedes-Benz C-Class and BMW 3 Series, to name a few, blah blah blah, like that. As you can see here, this diecast model is based on the second generation Audi A4 according to the internet that I just searched. Produced between 2003 to 2007, I think. You could easily recognize this Audi, especially with those kind of tail lamps here. Of course, the 4 circles right there. And, of course, the grille itself. You can see here. And there you go. Anyway, let's go to the features of this diecast model. So you could see here, if there's a front, there's definitely an engine right there lurking inside. So first, let's see the headlights right there. For a 1/24 scale, this is not bad. There's an obvious spec, but they have cleverly hid it and pretend that it's a projector lights. They also included these ridges on the headlights, you can see here, and a colored chrome with an orange amber on it. And you can see here the grille. So you could see a little bit of deterioration on the chrome for the grills. That's quite common for an old diecast. It's a plasticized metallized grill, of course. You can see also here, as the diecast ages, the plate number right here starts to peel. They also included the separate fog lights right here. So let's lift the hood and the engine will be revealed. I think this is a 3-liter V6. Let me just zoom in a little bit right there. It's just a big one plastic slab with some colorings of silver right there on the intake manifold. And at the right there, I think this is the fuel. Oh, no. For the coolant reserve. Maybe I'm wrong. Just correct me in the comments if you wanted to. And an Audi logo right there, near also on the intake box. So it's just one big plastic slab, a common detailing since this is a budget model. Now for the wheels and tires of this diecast. Obviously, there is no disc brakes nor calipers present on it. Why even bother since this kind of smaller, and for what you pay, you know, they're not going to include those. But they included a side indicators right there. It's just painted white right there on the fender. So you can see there. This is just a black paint on it. This is not a separate plastic right there on the door seal. And you can see here also in the rear, just the same detailing as in the front. But overall, with the stance of this diecast, an overall proportion, it really looks good. Now for the rear, of course, like I showed before, this is the taillight right there. You could see one little peg on the middle of the brake lights, but it's flush to the body. There's not much of a gap issues right there. You could see some excess wax, since I tend to wax these things if I'm doing nothing at all. So you could see here the A4 badging is just a tampo, including also is the 4-ring logo for the Audi and the 3-liter, which indicates the engine displacement. All of them are in tampo, and right here is just a sticker with the Audi A4 written on it. Unfortunately, you cannot open the trunk since, come on, it's a budget model. But not to worry, they added some bonus defogger for the rear windshield, a third brake light, and some couple of headrests colored in German gray. Now, speaking of German gray, let's go to the interior. Now, for the interior, so we open the door. By the way, you can only open 2 front doors on this diecast. Like I said again, this is a budget model. So, but detailing is not that far. I mean, you can still appreciate the detailing that it made into this. So you could see the door card has some wood grains on it, and they colored the door latch, the inner door latch, in silver. It's hardly to be seen, but they did it anyways. Let's go to the interior. It's getting dark. So you can see here a typical German gray interior with some panel gauges on the driver's pinnacle, and another additional wood graining right there on the dashboard. You can see here the steering wheel has some silver paints on it, especially for the Audi logos. And right there on the middle of the center console, there you go, it has an automatic transmission or a DCT, I don't know. The buttons are colored in white. Welly didn't have some shortcuts on detailing onto this interior, so that's quite nice for them to include those things. So as we open right here, you could see the infotainment. Wow, you could see there's a GPS on it. Let's see what's written right there. Barely to be seen, just a couple of shapes colored in 3 colors, but it's there. You could see there the hazard switch colored in red with white triangles on it, the handbrake, the gear selector, and some additional wood grains. Now let's take a look if there's an additional wood grain on the passenger side. Actually, there is. It's hardly to be seen, but it's there since the light's trying to reflect on the acrylic glass of this diecast. But it's there, I can guarantee you that. So, good job, Welly, for this kind of detailing. And for those who are curious what's underneath, well, there's not much of a surprise. This is just one big plastic slab. But you could see here the Welly logo, the one who manufactured the diecast. And you could see there the scale and the model of the car right there. Unfortunately, you cannot steer the wheels. This is just fixed in just one straight direction, so there's no movable steering wheel for this 1:24 scale, with the exception for the twin exhaust. Since this is a 3-liter V6, there must be a twin exhaust since it's got a 6-cylinder, just to have that burbly sound when you rev it. For the real car, of course. Well, at least Welly did some fantastic job of detailing this just in one big plastic slab. So, it's quite understandable that the aim for this diecast is for those who loves Audis, of course. Then again, if you're an Audi fan or just loves German sedans or just likes 1:24 scale diecast in a budget, there you go. If you want an Audi A4 second generation, when was it the last time that you saw this on the road, especially on a diecast form? Rarely, since I don't know, maybe they swap it out with some sports utes or crossover or something. This generation is hardly to be seen on the roads, especially on the in the diecast form, since only, the popular and the latest will be made as a diecast. If you're interested one, maybe you can track them out on the second-hand market, tracking them online, since As far as I know, Welly stopped producing this second generation Audi A4 way before. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you like this video. Subscribe and like if you want to see more, and have a nice day.